Okay, we talked about the second pork loin, and you can see it here. It's just out of the dry brine, just like the last one. And I'm going to take it, and now we're going to be making tonkatsu, it's called. And after we trim these up, we're going to go with a tonkatsu sauce we're going to make, which I think you'll find really delectable. On first taste, it doesn't taste like on your finger much, but it tastes great on the tonkatsu, which is really just a pounded pork fillet or cutlet and dredged in some Panko breadcrumbs and pan fried. Pretty good. We first had it up in a sushi place in Oregon. It was pretty darn good. You could use pork chops, boneless pork chops for this. You could use, you can even do chicken if you want to have chicken tonkatsu. It's pretty darn tasty. Okay, so we got those cut up. Now, you're simply going to take and beat them nice and flat. Oh. I pounded out the cutlets, if you will. You kind of want to look for this. Don't be afraid to trim up the meat in this for this recipe. There's nothing worse than trying to, have a nice thin piece of pork and coming across a hunk of fat. So yeah, I just come around real quick and trim them up pretty decently. And you have it. Be ready to go. When we come back, we'll probably start the tonkatsu sauce, dredge these in some egg bath and breadcrumbs, and fry them up. So we'll see you in a little while, and let me wash my hands and clean this mess up, and we'll be back. Well, now it's time to make the tonkatsu sauce. It's very, very good sauce. You can use it on a lot of things. Pretty simple. Start with a Heinz ketchup, the good stuff, the Heinz, not catsup and Hunt's. All that kind of stuff. You just squirt that in there. I don't know, maybe a half a cup. Next up, a little soy sauce. Not too much. That was probably 2 tablespoons. Next up, Worcestershire sauce. It's kind of heavy on the Worcestershire. I like it little bowl of this sauce. And these are just backups. Let me give a taste. Mix it up a little bit. See if we have to enhance it any. More soy. Need some ginger in there. Ginger. Oh, brand new ginger. Oh, there it is. I'm going to go with some garlic powder. A little bit of onion powder. Let's try that out. Pretty good. I'm going to get a little more Worcestershire. About a half a tablespoon, I guess. And if you overpower it on the Worcestershire, you can always add a little brown sugar to sweeten it back up. I think we're going to be fine though on that. That's good. You're going to like that. Good sauce on anything. And we'll be back to cook the pork cutlets and put it all together. Okay, let's get started on frying up these pork cutlet. Let me get the skillet nice and hot. I've got some oil in there, olive oil, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Same plan, we're gonna try to raise the temperature of the butter with the oil so it doesn't burn, and should cook at a nice hot temperature. We've got the flour, the egg wash, and Panko breadcrumbs. The idea is just gonna be flour, egg, bread it, throw it in there, and we'll get cooking just as soon as this is heated up. In these pans over here, we've got a little bit of rice we made for a side, and we've got some snap peas all steamed away, ready to go. And of course we have the wonderful tonkatsu sauce from yesterday, or from this afternoon. It's been sitting probably for about 6 hours now, and should be very tasty. So we'll get cooking here in just a few. Looks like we're about up to temperature. Gonna mix that butter up with the oil, get a nice consistent flavor the whole way around. That's ready to go. I'm gonna just put a simple bit of black pepper on these. We have all that seasoning in the special sauce, so you don't really have to go crazy with anything. And let me get a fork. Get started. But you know what? This might gross some people out, but sometimes I use my bare hands doing this. Gonna get that all the way around into the egg. Flour helps the egg stick, and the egg will help the panko crumbs stick. I think I'm just going to go the dirty route. Panko breadcrumbs, love them. Okay, throw number 1 in. Number 2 going down. And I'll have the rest of these in here in a few minutes. Here's the last one going in. And just to clarify, that tonkatsu sauce was in the refrigerator all day. It wasn't sitting out on the counter, so you want to keep that refrigerated while the spices are marinating. And I'm going to go wash these hands. It's been a few minutes, and I'm taking a look at the sides, and I'm noticing some browning on this one in the center in particular. I'm going to go ahead and flip them, take a chance. I think he's ready. Hey, that looks pretty good. Some nice color on this one. Let's give this one a shot. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah. And you know, another good thing I like to do with the skillet, even if you don't always get a even heat, is maybe rotate them a little bit, say 90, 180 degrees while they're in there. And you know this ones in the center are going to cook quicker than all the rest of them, right? So, I'm not seeing any colors on these yet. This one's getting a little close. A little bit more time. We're looking for a temperature of about 165 degrees. You don't want to really overcook them too much. I don't expect it to be very close, but heading up there over 130, 132, 33, 34. So yeah, we've got a few more minutes to go on that one. Let's take a look around the pot, see who's ready to get flipped. This looks like a candidate, maybe. Nice. A little more color needed on that one. Might as well check them all. Yeah, a little more color there needed. I like to get them nice and golden brown. Oh, that's a good one. Nice color. Nice. That might be the one we have to taste first. I don't know. Looks like we might have a candidate to come out. Let me check this. You want to go down the deepest part, in the center of the closest you can get. Again, 165 we're looking for. Boom. That one's good. Get this one on the rack. Got a paper towel there to catch any oil that might be there. Let's see what these, I moved these to the center of the pan, you may have noticed. Nice. Nice. So they're all up to temperature. We're going to get these out, let these cool down a little bit and rest. And if you're a little bit shy of 165, say 162, 163, they're going to continue to cook as they rest over here. So you can pull them off a little bit early. We lost a nice piece of crust on this one. I'll have to edit that from the film. Let these cool off, and we're going to try them. Okay, here we go with the big taste test. See, this is as good as I remember it. Pork tonkatsu. This is really good. That sauce really comes together on the pork. When you first taste it, you're thinking it's not going to work, but boy, this works really well. Thank you. Thank you for watching.